Good morning, everybody. It's Sunita from Angelic Awakening. I'm just readjusting my camera so I can see all of you. Welcome. So I'm so excited today because I've missed you all, and I hope you're all well in the lockdown around the countries, around the world. We've been this in New Zealand, so it's just been some interesting times. So a really perfect time to invite in the energy of the angels and our guides to see what they've got today. So I have a special guest today called Archangel Raguel, which I've never done a video on, as well as Lady Harmony, and we're going to be tuning into these two mighty archangels to just talk about relationship harmony. So in all fields of life, whether it be love, friendship, colleagues, it's really needed right now, and it's the vibration in which the world is in right now. It's a state of chaos, so maintaining our relationships with each other is the most important thing, because we're here to live in a world with other people. That is why we incarnated here on earth. So Archangel Raguel and Lady Harmony welcome you to their video. So I'm going to just start with the prayer and invocation that sets the tone for the actual energy itself for the people out watching live or the replay. So I wish to now invite you to place your hands over your heart today and welcome in the energy of this beautiful archangels. So we wish to now call in the mighty archangels, Archangel Raguel and Lady Harmony, to be with us today, as well as joined with Akea Grace. And we invite them in to share their knowledge, their wisdom, their understanding with us today, and what we need to know for the highest good and highest light in the vibration of harmony and love. And so it is. So today I've chosen particular colors with Archangel Raguel and Lady Harmony. They're interesting because when I was looking for things they wanted in the video, they were very quiet. They're a very gentle energy. So I'd say one thing working with Archangel Raguel, not a lot of people work with him, or they're not aware he's around me. So even last week I had this energy around me, and it was very gentle, subtle, not like Archangel Michael where it's in your face. Archangel Raguel is very gentle, and he's to do with justice, balance and harmony, and his counterpart is Lady Harmony. So she's the counterpart or divine Akea, and I don't have the information about her, but I'm going to tune into her energy anyway. And if you want to know more about the Akea, there is a lady called Callista in Scotland who wrote a book on the Akea, and so a lot of the energy from her books resonates. So I'm going to introduce Archangel Raguel. So this is Archangel Raguel, and it says here, be fair in all situation, resolve conflicts. So this is the energy kind of we're in right now, where it's all about relationships in all forms. And because of what's happening, the conflict around the earth, Archangel Raguel is really working with us in regards to bringing balance to relationships. And kind of the relationships that no longer serve us need to go. And relationships that are already pre-existing need to raise its vibration and move up to the 5D energy. Because Archangel Raguel is saying all about relationships. We're shifting from this lower density energy up to the higher frequencies. And when you are doing that with relationships with other people, it means that the energy shifts. So it means that in the future, or even coming up to the new 5D energy, relationships are going to be about balance, fairness, equilibrium. They're going to be about living in a relationship or frequency of balance, harmony, peace, love. So those kind of relationships are being shaped, already are existing, but they're moving up vibrationally. So you'll find Archangel Raguel saying that relationships in general are being highlighted in the next couple of months, because what we're encountering on this planet is the relationship with each other, our relationship with ourselves, and the relationship with our environment. So it's almost about relationships, and Archangel Raguel is talking about, what does relationship mean to you? So if you stop for a minute and think about, what does relationship mean to you? Relationship to yourself, relationship to other people, and your relationship with your environment. Relationship is how you relate energetically to that person, to that environment, and to yourself as a frequency. Because Archangel Raguel works with harmony. So harmony, from what I looked at a definition, is when a harmonious sound is made through music. So all the music comes together and makes a harmonious sound. That's one definition of harmony. So if you can put it into the context of relationships, parts of your relationship that need to be brought back into harmony, so that you're kind of working in this one stream of vibration of love or joy or happiness. So what's happening is with our 3D relationships, they are being pushed to its limits and moved up to 5D. And because that's the frequency we're working with now, that is what's going to happen with our relationships. It's going to be highlighted. So relationships in particular. Most likely, it depends on each individual to what energy is around what relationship. So it might be a love relationship, an acquaintance, a friendship. But it always starts with you first. It always starts with your relationship with yourself. And Archangel Raguel is going to talk about relationships today in general, but as well as talking about them in specific terms. So that's Archangel Raguel. I'll just let you tune into his energy. Very gentle presence. So we're just going to light a candle for the energy today. And they wanted me to just share that lighting a candle for spirit is just a good way of connecting into the energy. And Archangel Raguel was really particular with certain colors he wanted today. And why he wanted these kind of peachy colors is because when you kind of look at it, you feel quite calm and at peace. So this kind of peachy, gold, kind of gentle colors. Gentleness is kind of what's needed. So I lit this candle for him, so that's just going to sit in the background. And interestingly today I asked Archangel Raguel to share with me his energy, like what kind of imagery, what kind of information would he like to share. And he actually went straight to the animal kingdom, because the animal kingdom in general has got a great relationship with Mother Nature. So if we were to look at into terms of relationship harmony, he wanted to give me some examples, and to you guys as well, on what it looks like in when everyone is working in harmony with each other. So we first all know the bee spirit, wonderful bee. And it says, spread heart healing with joy. The bees. So I've got a funny bee over here. 2 bees. Aren't they cute? So the bees are just saying that an example of harmony is working in cohesion with each other, even though that they have their specific roles and their specific designations. They still kind of work together and they play their part to play. And harmony is about bringing all those parts together in unison. That's ideally what harmony is about. So the bees kind of have their beehive, and they have their worker bees, their queen bee, their baby bees, their fighter bees, whatever they have. And they're just saying that in order to bring harmony to the collective consciousness of bees, they work in harmony with each other. And when something's off, they know it. They know it intuitively. They listen to each other. They actually don't communicate through, like, obviously they don't talk through words. They telepathically connect with smell, sounds they're talking. They make sounds with their legs. Something about they communicate in their own way. So humans have been asked to collectively start working in unison, and this is where you see this beehive working perfectly in harmony. And what's happening is, because of all the conflict going on, we're obviously not in harmony. So Archangel Raguel and Lady Harmony are kind of wanting us to play our part, because what happens is once you start to kind of get yourself in check with yourself, your environment and your relationships, it ripples out to everybody else. So when there is a sick bee in the hive, they know it. And they actually surround it and provide it with healing energy. They also notice when something's out with the food, like they are able to communicate at all times with each other telepathically as well. So they have this innate ability to be able to be connected to the consciousness as well as individually. And then they're saying that the working in harmony is a lot more peaceful and less resistance than working against each other. Because say the bees, half of the bees decided to just choose to go and do something else, fly off and go somewhere else, the whole of the collective of the beehive would actually perish. So it really shows us that the importance of working together, because there's that duality where in 3D consciousness they talked about separation and the ego, and it's about working by yourself, you're alone, where we're going into this new 5D energy, and we're already there, and we've been asked to drop the armor, drop the idea that we are all separate, and we've been asked to come back to that collective consciousness of oneness. Sorry, apologies. So, and what also I got shown this morning as well is that as humans, we get distracted. So things like this, things interfere with this process of harmony. So what Mother Nature does, if there is disharmony in the beehive, they correct it straight away. They intuitively know what to do. And it's just checking in with yourself. If you were to be that bee, it would be taking the responsibility of the individual to take ownership of themselves. So we've been asked, see this one bee here, predominant bee, we've been asked to step up in our own sovereignty so that we're in harmony with ourselves first and foremost, and then that kind of ripples out to everybody else, because no point being in harmony with relationships with your loved ones, your family, your friends, if you don't have a relationship with yourself that's in harmony in this moment, because it resonates. Because once you work within the internal and get yourself in alignment with your higher self, your soul, or your I am, the more that your relationships reflect that in the external. So it's really talking about taking ownership of bringing yourself back into harmony and balance. So that's the message from the lovely bees, buzzing in here, smiling. Hope that makes your day. Cheese. I'll put you over here, bee. The next animal, which was kind of surprising to me but not, where are you? You ran away. These beautiful ants. So the same thing. So the ants say cooperate for the highest good of the community, and I'm going to read the message. Yeah, so if you just look at the imagery, that's powerful in itself. The ant. Where is the booklet? So this card is from the Diana Cooper Archangel Animal deck. And I'm just going to read the message to you because I got told it really kind of encapsulates the energy of what we're kind of needing to bring more into our awareness. Okay, so ants are tiny but brave little warriors who always work together for the benefit of the community. They are fifth dimensional, and they are the ascendant aspect of Sirius that understands sacred geometry. They build their nests with love according to its principles so that the structures emanate beautiful harmonics. This attracts angels to sing over them and draws many creatures and elementals to their nests to bathe in the angel light. They are experiencing and teaching about structured family life and how to live and thrive collectively through cooperation and sharing. They devote themselves to their duty with hard work and intention. The message of the ant is to devote yourself to making your home welcoming and harmonious, while at the same time acting to bring your community together. You can take small steps like picking up litter or smiling at your neighbours, or aim for a higher and actively offering your services. The ants carry the key of Sirius, which is the understanding of the universal Metatron cube. Look at it and absorb its energy. This is the fundamental tool to open your consciousness to the power of sacred geometry. The patterns act as codes that start to balance you and to bring you into alignment with your soul blueprint. The angels will begin to sing, pouring their beautiful sonics over you. They will attract higher energies and people towards you. Beautiful. Isn't that perfect to what kind of they wanted to encapsulate? So they're also talking about sacred geometry, and see the purples and pinks, harmony. So Archangel Raguel made me match the ants, but there's a lot of learning when it comes to ants. So the ants are also saying that look to the smaller things in life, because it's the small part that you play and you do it 100% right for yourself that matters. Because people get too caught up trying to change other people and trying to get other people to change, or they're trying to change their environment. It actually starts with yourself and how you relate to yourself, your own inner being. Because you cannot cooperate with other people if you are out of sorts and disjointed and not in your light. And you've got to play your part, because we all actually play a part, and we're actually on this planet for a particular reason. We play a part in this big scheme of things, and without each other it wouldn't work. So remember that we're all here, as an example of harmony. So Mother Nature's also saying that there's so many examples of harmony in nature in regards to like beehives, ants, also harmony with nature in regards to the 4 seasons, the harmony of how or synergy, how everything works together and complements each other perfectly. And when there is death in nature, regards to trees, plants, animals, another one comes along to replace it. It's like a constant state of evolution. Harmony is about just always trying to rebalance yourself, rebalance your center, staying in a kind of a center point that you can move with life, but not get so kind of thrown out that you feel out of sorts or ungrounded. So sacred geometry is really powerful if you want to use it in regards to in your environment. Also outside has sacred geometry. So Archangel Metatron saying use the Merkaba or Metatron's cube. Visualize yourself in the center. And then the angels, what he's saying is the ants use it as a way of calling in the angels to sing. So sound and vibration is really powerful when it comes to harmony. So if you're out of sorts, play music in the background. Go outside, go in natural music, birds singing, going into the ocean, listening to the harmonics of earth. So that's a really powerful message. So I'll just tune in and see where they want to go from here. Okay, Lady Harmony wants to come in. I don't have a picture of her, but Lady Harmony is describing herself as someone that's kind of a counterpart to her twin ray, and she is more the she's active. She's saying she's actually the more active energy of harmony. So harmony has got 2 phases. Harmony where Archangel Raguel is all about the more passive side, which is interesting because that's the new divine masculine. Archangel Raguel is all about peace, fairness. It's about resolving conflict. Archangel Raguel can help with court cases, legal documents. He helps with friendships, relationships, bringing like understanding to both parties. Where Lady Harmony said, she says she plays a more active role in regards to like maintaining harmony within the environment. She also helps you to kind of engage with yourself and bring about more light to a situation that you're encountering personally, so that she's able to actively help you to see the light and dark, to see the duality, to see what's not truth. So Lady Harmony is really good in bringing an energy to help you to see the situation clearly, to be able to see both parties fairly. She also is the divine feminine, so she's also bringing in emotion. She helps to bring in balance to emotion, understanding, compassion, and mercy. So we also have in the background Akea Mercy. This is Akea Mercy. Isn't she beautiful? So the same tones again, the pinks, the oranges. So if there is a color that you could surround yourself with today, the angels are saying surround yourself with this gold and this kind of peachy color to bring in harmony. And Akea Grace is with us today because she's saying that through the law of grace, everything's always works out. There's always an answer to a problem. There's always a solution. There's always things that come around full circle. Through the law of grace, you're provided with everything that you ever need to resolve anything. Whether it's the relationship with yourself or the relationship with others. And through the law of grace and harmony, you can be brought back naturally into a state of being, but you've got to work with your angelic team, you've got to work with your guides, you've actually got to play your part and do the active work. So that means identifying what's in disharmony within your being. Is it a thought, an idea, a feeling? If it doesn't feel right, it feels yuck. And if it feels yuck, why are you feeling that way? And sit with it. And then identifying, can you accept it, change it, or move on? Can you forgive? And if you can't do that, just giving yourself time and compassion, and then deciding that, is it time for me to let go of this? Because carrying it almost kind of perpetuates the issue. It actually doesn't help the solution. So Akea Mercy is saying just call her in to help you with situations that you're finding challenging, and it can be anything. So it's beautiful. So I'm going to tune into the Flower Kingdom today and see what Lady Harmony and Archangel Raguel, where would they like to start with us in regards to relationships. So I hope you're enjoying the energy. It's a very gentle video, a lot about understanding relationships. Probably really important right now. I think all of us could agree with that. So the first thing they want to say is take time for yourself. So enjoy relaxation activities and nurture your soul. So this is a big thing about harmony. When you're out of harmony, it means that your chakras are out of balance. It means thought patterns out of balance. You need to take time out for yourself. And we've heard this time and time again from the angels. But what they're saying today is if everybody just did their part and took time out for themselves, actually listened to their hearts and brought back to themselves what they've been giving to others. So I'm hearing be open to receiving. So this is about receiving. Harmony is also about giving and receiving in relationships. And there's a big imbalance in regards to people giving out and receiving. So if the thing that you take away today is to start bringing more balance into your life, or harmony, is to actually look after yourself. Provide yourself with things that other people aren't going to provide you with. Archangel Raguel, what would you like us to know right now? So Archangel Raguel is saying communicate with your angels. You have the ability to connect with beings of love who surround you. Communicate with your angels and deliver their healing messages to others. So Archangel Raguel is talking about communication, and communication in regards to each other. So the biggest part of a relationship is communication. And I mean, and you know how everybody communicates differently in regards to relationships. So either it's to do with listening to somebody, talking to somebody, and even just remembering that when you communicate, it's not always about you. It's also sometimes about the other person. And harmony means that you're kind of in that communication process, you're playing your part. So 1 minute you might be communicating actively, and then the next part you're listening. And communication, because of all the COVID lockdowns and that, it's actually bringing to our awareness the importance of staying connected. And this is a big part of harmony, is that you open yourself up to different ways of communicating with people that maybe you never imagined before. So it might be that you text somebody, you do it through Skype, maybe Messenger, like things that you maybe go out of your comfort zone. So Archangel Raguel is talking about times in which you need to kind of think outside the box in regards to communicating with other people. And even with your angels as well, they're saying that people need to get more clearer about your intentions with communicating with the angels. So in order to bring more harmony to your life, you do need to start that relationship, building that relationship with your spirit guides, and taking time to listen, to breathe, and to connect. So they're saying that the biggest thing people need to be doing right now is connecting with themselves. First thing in the morning, you're connecting with your presence, your I am, and that's a really strong message. And Lady Harmony is saying that if you have that connection to yourself, you can navigate the waters of today and even tomorrow as well, because you have that safety and that feeling of your inner being, that you are connected and you're solid. So it's about building that foundation with yourself and creating a root structure that's really strong, because right now we're going to go through a lot of turbulent times on the earth, and it's almost like we've been asked to put our roots really solid and not get caught up in the hype of everything, because sometimes putting your energy there is almost adding to the collective, is not helping. So even this week I've had to learn to disconnect from the collective consciousness, unplug for a while, turn off my phone, listen to myself, do some chakra clearing, self-care, and I feel so much better. And I have things like beautiful gifts like Reiki and Archangel meditations and things like that that I do to keep myself aligned. And when you're out of alignment, you tend to not be the best version of yourself and not be authentic with other people, and it's mirrored through that life itself. It shows you when you're out of alignment. So I had a great example this week of a true friend. She knows who she is and I love her to bits, and she reflected back to me that I was not in harmony with myself, and it took that for me to realize I needed to do more self-care. So the crux of it was I wasn't giving myself enough, not nurturing myself enough, not giving myself enough time or energy, because I was giving and not receiving. So last night I did Reiki, I did chakra balancing, and I'm a different person today. So it just shows you that every person needs to learn to look after themselves in their own way. And it's your own responsibility. It's no one else's. When you are out of alignment, you need to recognize it. And my angels prompted to do that particular thing, and I did. And I went against what I was asked not to do. And then that's where disharmony comes in. It's when you don't follow your intuition and your guidance. So with your relationships, trust your gut, because your gut will tell you when something is off in regards to a relationships or the relationship with yourself. 2 cards. We've got reach for the stars and uplift your thoughts. So we limit ourselves by our thoughts. What they're saying is, if we were to envision a planet of harmony, what it would look like. Reach for the stars. Envision something bigger than what you even imagine. And focus on it with pure belief that it's going to come into existence. This 5D energy is here. It's actually here, and it's helping us to see and unravel all the darkness. And in regards to relationship with other people, it's saying that you also need to clear up your thoughts in regards to how you perceive other people and how you perceive the environment, because the environment is taking away our attention from our internal world. And you'll see this through many teachers and many spiritual people. They'll say that we're being distracted, and it's so true. We need to come back to ourselves and stop getting up here and more in here, more in harmony with our hearts. So we've been asked to reach the stars. We've been asked to uplift our thoughts in regards to how we wish to envision this planet. Also, the relationship with yourself. You need to get really real with yourself and authentic. That means looking in the mirror and identifying for yourself what is it that you need to reflect or look at. And this has been asked from us so that we're able to be playing our part to be more in harmony with what is going on the planet. Everybody has different frequencies, and this is about harmony. And we all vibrate at a different frequency or a different sound, a different decibel. And the more we're able to raise our frequency, we create more harmonious energy on the planet. Does that make sense? So Archangel Raguel is if like you play your part, you attune your energy, you raise your vibration, it contributes to the collective harmony. And so that's what he wanted to say. So next one, past life healing. So there is healing that we have to do in regards to looking at our planet and looking at each other, our relationships with other people. So healing from the past. So what relationships do you need to look at that need kind of healing put towards it? Resolution. Resolution is the word I'm hearing. Resolution. It doesn't mean you've got to go back and relive the experience, but it's about making peace with it. It's about resolving stuff from the past. And we're kind of almost bringing it forward so we can bring it in the here and now and do some healing around it, some integration. Because when we are not in harmony with ourselves, or we've left parts of ourselves in the past, we need to heal that, integrate it, bring it back into the now and regain our power. Because our harmony on this planet is everywhere, because we've given our power to everything external. So it's about collectively taking our power back, sitting with it, and getting in alignment with ourselves. Okay, Archangel Raguel. Any other? Ooh. Final message from Archangel Raguel: simplify your life. So what does that mean to you? Looking at relationships and actually simplifying it and asking the question, does this relationship serve me? Is it in my highest interests? Is it in my best interests? If the answer is no, why? Can I either do anything about it? Can I release it? Can I forgive it? Can I move on with it? And it's been asked for us to actually really look at our relationships. If it's a love relationship, is it serving you? Is it in my highest good? And it's asking us to, in the messages, we've got so much going on, you've spread yourself too thinly. This has to change now so your vitality can recharge. So it's about looking at how we're living our life with other people. Where are we putting our energy so that it gets drained or not drained? Our relationship with our environment, when we're going to work or we're staying at home, what are we surrounding ourselves in? What colors? What smells? What vibration? What activities? The harmony within the environment. So what are we? Are we in harmony with what's around us? And if we aren't, do we need to have, and so the message at the beginning was home harmony. Do we need to look at our homes and try and rearrange it and clear it out so that there's more harmony within the environment? Because if your environment is not peaceful, stable, it actually ripples out to your body as well. So everything is relationship to each other. That is the big message. Archangel Raguel is about how you are in relationship to the world around you. How do you relate? How do you maintain harmony? And if there are things in your environment that don't serve you, whether it's colors, smells, foods, people, harmony with words, music, looking at it honestly. Because you're the only person who can say what is in harmony with you and what isn't. So that's the final message. Okay, let's talk about love, because I know people want to talk about it. Love relationships, harmony within love. So personal relationship, whether that's your life partner, your married partner, your boyfriend, girlfriend, we're talking about romantic harmony. So this is a very big subject, but it is one of the most essential tools in regards to learning, because your relationship with your significant other helps you to heal and integrate issues from the past. And that's kind of just an understanding that when you're in relationships, you're always working through something or refining something or gaining something or just helping that other person as well. It's all about give and take. So in harmony in regards to relationships, Lady Harmony is talking about playing your part as an individual in that relationship. Seeing yourself as a part to play, not necessarily the whole entirety, that it's all your responsibility. Harmony is about being in this romantic relationship with somebody and sharing the energy and not taking on so much that you're burdened by it, or vice versa. And throughout relationships, that changes, that to and fro of energy. But it has to be almost like a continuous cycle, like the infinity sign. The relationship energy has to move this way. And when it's stuck somewhere, you need to look at why it's stuck. Why is it being imbalanced? Is it just life happening? Are you tired? Is it circumstances? It's that relationship you have with that significant other. And the things that I'm hearing that will help with your relationship is respecting each other's differences. That's huge. Listening to each other, communicating. And that if you guys have different love languages, so that makes sense. There's a book, Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. It's very true. We are from different worlds. We communicate differently. We have different hormones. We approach the world completely different. So being able to see right from the beginning that as individuals in a relationship, love relationship, you're bound to have differences. And this is where you've got to learn that kind of, it starts at home. So how you work with your partner and your children is how you work with yourself is really important, because if that's not happening and then you're going to work and having great relationships with friends and other people, it doesn't reflect back to the world, and you're not helping the significant other that you love and your child or children or grandparents or auntie, uncles. So they're saying in our romantic relationships about give and take. It is about balance. It is about frequency. It's all about frequency and energy. It's about sharing, caring, the real basics. But the thing is, when you're with a partner or married or romantic relationship, sometimes you love each other so much that sometimes you take your frustrations out on each other. You get angry, upset, because you're in each other's space all the time. And when one frequency is off, so if one person is in disharmony, it goes to the other person. So it's always about checking in with yourself, making sure also, Raguel is saying that you're not taking on the other person's energy. So if somebody is down, you don't want to go to their level. It's all about maintaining your vibration and where you are. It doesn't mean you can't be compassionate and kind, but don't bring your self-frequency down to that level. Stay in your power. That's the main thing, because a relationship is about give and take with your power and that infinity sign. So if you can see your romantic relationships, and all relationships actually, viewing it that way, it keeps you in keeping that center, that balance, that harmony is in the center of that infinity sign. That is what you need to focus on. And also the concept of love. So frequency, relationships, and love. Harmony is about obviously loving someone unconditionally, but because of our perceptions and how we are brought up, it depends on what kind of parents we had, what environment we were put in. It comes to genetics. So there's a lot of factors in regards to how we express love and give love. And what's happening, and we've been asked with our 5D relationships, is to bring more harmony to the relationship. So that's looking at things maybe you don't want to look at, or looking at things that are positive, like being grateful for all the beautiful things in your relationship and counting your blessings, which brings in more harmony and more blessings and more frequency of that particular thing. And when things are not working in your relationship, actually fixating on the thing that isn't working actually brings more of that into your relationship. So it's actually finding a solution, a fairness, standing back from it. They're saying that call in Raguel to help you to stand back from a situation and see it from both points of view, because sometimes we get stuck in seeing just our point of view and through our lenses, that we don't see the other person. And then we say something we regret, then we apologize, and it's like giving your power away. So it's about practicing about being present, being in the moment, and even if you're listening to somebody, not putting yourself in, not making it about you, so not seeing yourself as, well, that if that were me, I would do this. In any relationship, and particularly in romantic relationships, because you have history together, sometimes it can get a bit blurred to like what's your stuff and what's their stuff. So you might start bringing in their stuff from the past. So yeah, it can get a bit messy. So they're saying if things are really not in harmony, walk away. Like try and get a move yourself out of the physical space. Go for a walk. If you're not agreeing on something, leave it alone. Don't keep pursuing it, because one of my greatest teachers is my husband. He says when there are certain things that we don't agree upon, let it go, because the more you pursue it, you're not going to get anywhere. It's like just hitting yourself in the face over and over again. So you need to walk away and have space sometimes, and then come back. So that brings more harmony and balance to the relationship, that you're respecting each other's differences. And we've been asked on this planet right now to look at and embrace our differences with kindness. Embrace our differences with kindness, not with segregation, not with judging each other, not with going, well, you did this and I did this. It's that separation, ego, identity that's been identified on the earth. It doesn't matter what choice you make, ideally, at the end of the day. It's about respecting each other's choices, and it's your choice, purely your choice, to what decisions you make about particular things. Right, let's see what these cards are going to reflect. 3 cards, please, Archangel Raguel. First message is Magic Guardian. Unlock the magic within. So we have this powerful magic within us. We have our own frequencies. We have our own tunes. And it's about listening to that tune, feeling into the vibration of your heart. They're saying that our hearts actually have its own frequency. So all of us have a signature within our hearts, of so that when angels see us, they see our heart signature, our heart frequency. So we have this magic within us that is untapped, and we used to work with it in Atlantis and Lemuria. We had all this beautiful harmonic energy, music, sound. That's why singing bowls are so powerful in regards to healing, because it's harmonious, and our bodies require harmony, homeostasis, balance. So it's about listening to your own magic, following your heart, and tuning into the frequency of your heart, and unlocking that. Next message. I think this is coming up, and it's a message. Stay rooted and grounded. So the message is that we need to stay rooted and grounded in the here and now. This is the only way that we are going to be able to move forward. So the message that I'm hearing is we need to stay rooted right now in the here and now, so that we are able to live our lives authentically and unapologetically, because staying in the here and now is the most powerful moment. We're getting pulled back and forth, and this is creating disharmony. So we're getting pulled this direction. So stay in the present moment. This is the only piece of guidance that the angels are saying are going to help you in these times, is staying grounded. Breathe. That's why the message has been breathe, because they're saying the only moment we can create harmony is in the moment. We create discordant energy when we go in the past and the future, because we're not in alignment. So stay grounded and rooted. Green. Wear green. If you want more harmony, also more balance, green. Final message. The stag. Trust and thrive. trust yourself. Harmony is also about trusting your divinity, honoring it, honoring all of you, not just a part of you, honoring all of you. So in the relationships, what part of you are you neglecting? What part of you not being authentic with? Your relationship with yourself. Are you trusting? Are you thriving? So if you are trusting and thriving in a relationship, it is serving you. If it is not helping you in that way, why? And is it something you need to be more authentic with? And also what they're talking about, relationships are karmically bound. So some relationships we need to have because we've chosen to have them. It doesn't mean we need to stay in them. So once your karma is served, you have the sense of peace that you've done everything in that relationship, whether it's an ending or a beginning. You break up amicably. I'm talking about romantic relationships. Romantic relationships, there are a lot of endings. A lot of people are breaking up right now because everything that you were aligned to in the past with the 3D energy is no longer in alignment with the 5D energy. That is why our relationships are changing. So you're seeing more authenticity come into relationships because no longer can we live in a lie. So if there has been a relationship that you have not been living authentically in whatever level, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, it will show you, and your relationship will break down because this is the times where relationships are being heightened. It doesn't mean you have to break up. It just means it's showing you that there's something out of alignment or out of disharmony. Something is not in harmony within your relationships, whether it's on a mental level, an emotional, a spiritual, or a physical. So we've got here the bee. Summer, bask in joy and light. So this is where they want us to be, is they want us to bask in this harmony, this balance. Have you felt that sense of peace when you go into nature and you just feel one with all of it? You feel that collective consciousness, that oneness. That is what harmony is about. It's about service with a smile. That's what they're saying. Harmony is service with a smile. It means you are choosing to be in harmony with the environment around you. You are choosing to be in harmony with people around you. You are choosing to acknowledge everyone in your life with their differences, with their shadow and light. Accepting people and loving them unconditionally with kindness. It doesn't mean you tolerate things. It just means that you accept that person and where they're at in this moment. Okay, last message. Oh, that's right. We've got two final messages from Archangel Raguel. We've got Peacekeeper and the Sun. Peacekeeper and the Sun. So this says let go of the need to be right, and the Sun. So the Sun says enjoy success and happiness. So on this planet right now, we've been offered this opportunity of peace. And it means that we let go of the need to be right. That's our ego wanting us to always be right. You're wrong, I'm right. This is the big collective message. No one is wrong and no one is right. Everyone is right and everyone is wrong. It's almost like no matter which way you look at it, there's always going to be an angle. And we've been asked to look beyond that and stop looking at in duality terms. We've been asked to look like the sun. When the sun shines down on something, it doesn't judge it as right and wrong, dirty, clean, light and dark. It just is. So when you get encountered with something that you do not like the look of, you feel really uncomfortable about, make peace with the fact that that person, the person that you may be interacting with, or the situation, it may be that you are just two different people with different belief systems, different thoughts on ideas or angles, and that if you want to live in a life of harmony, you've got to be able to be open to letting people be who they are. And we've been asked on this planet to drop our judgment. That means living in the heart space. It's pure and simple. When you are feeling funny about something, stand back from it, bring it into your heart. Send it love. Send it appreciation, and you will find your vibration will change about that particular person, place, and situation. So we've been offered peace. So that's a nice ending to that message. So I'm just going to pull some of these cards, see what they have to say. These messages are very profound and powerful, really needed right now on this planet, from what I'm seeing also on social media. Social media also plays its part. It also does create some harmony, but it also creates disharmony. And there's always going to be things in this world that create both, because we are in a world of duality. But the thing is, that's changing, that's shifting, that's going into 5D. So what messages does Archangel Raguel want us to know? First message is second ray of wisdom. So we all have this innate wisdom in us. We know what we need to do. We just need to trust it. So call in the ray of divine will, which is the blue ray. So when you're encountering a situation, trust yourself. You can never make a wrong decision. It's all about learning. It's all about give and take in relationships. It's about support and trusting and owning up to when things are out of balance, owning up to play your part. So in a relationship, you've got to play your part. So you own up to what part you play, and they need to own up to the part they play. And through wisdom comes harmony, because when you've learnt from a situation, the wisdom from it, it is pearls of wisdom. So it creates more harmony within your world. So it's about assimilating relationships, understanding, learning, and teaching. Two more, please, and then we're going to get into a meditation to connect with Archangel Raguel. So just think of a relationship or a person or yourself. Where do you want to bring more harmony back into a relationship, yourself, an environment? Like if there's anything in particular you're thinking of. Woo! Wow, 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 wow. They're flying up. Next card, Star Child number 8. So we've been asked to connect with our star lineage. Why? Because they're the ones that are going to help us move from this to over here. And we are all star children. We all belong to the stars. They're reminding us we are not alone. Harmony is about knowing that we play a part in the bigger scheme of things. So seeing that we are powerful. She's holding the whole universe within her hands. That is what we hold, the potential of the stars. So the angels are reminding us we are star children and to call in our star heritage. Two more cards, please, Archangel Raguel. Oh, we've got this and this. Okay, so we've got wisdom and grace. The law of wisdom and the law of grace. Divine grace and divine wisdom. So, grace seems to be really powerful. So, we're going to bring in some grace when we do this meditation. But what it's saying is divine grace, the law of efficiency. So, through the law of wisdom and through the law of grace, we can bring in more harmony onto the planet. And you need to go away and think about, what does grace mean to me, and what does wisdom mean? How can I bring more wisdom into relationships with myself and others? How can I bring in more grace and acceptance of things? Very powerful message. And one final message, please, Archangel Raguel, Lady Harmony. What message would you like us to know? Past life activation. Yes, yes, yes. We are being activated. So we're being activated. We've had these past lives. We've been powerful. We've been asked to step through this doorway. This is our new version of us. This is our 5D consciousness and above. This is what we have been preparing for all our lives. This is why we are all here. It's to bring harmony back into our planet. Because over the centuries, we have created disharmony through karma. So karma will no longer exist in 5D. Because we will stop looking at duality as right and wrong, left and right, light and dark. 5D will be just about progressing as a harmonious collective consciousness that lives perfectly together. And this is what's manifesting for us, and this is powerful. Okay, we're now going to get into our meditation. So I can ask you now all, please, to place your hands over your heart, and we're now going to invite in the mighty Archangel Lady Harmony and Archangel Raguel and beautiful Akia Grace. So please close your eyes. Join me with this beautiful meditation. So our purpose today is to bring in the energy of grace, to bring in the energy of harmony and the law of wisdom in relationships to ourselves, with other people and our environment, to bring it all together collectively so we can work as one in our truth of oneness. So we open our hearts today to Archangel Raguel and Lady Harmony in this meditation to bring us back into a space of grace, harmony, balance, and oneness. So they're asking you to close your eyes and breathe in 3 times with the purpose of just breath, appreciation, bringing in it as a color, so baby pink, a yellow, a peach color. Just bringing it in through your nose, bringing it out through the out breath, just in your own time with gentleness. And they're asking you to just listen. Listen to what's around you. Can you hear the birds chirping? Can you hear the cars? Just paying attention to what is in your surrounding environment. And they're now asking you to surround yourself in a beautiful white cocoon of white light of harmony and balance. And feeling this white light pouring down as a beautiful waterfall of light, coming down, surrounding you 100%. Surrounding you into the ground. And then just feeling this beautiful peach pink color coming down and surrounding you in this beautiful gentleness. Connecting into your heart space and bringing in the vibration of harmony. And feeling the vibration of harmony. And just feel the vibration of harmony flowing down. And it's like a shower of beautiful peach rain, pink rain. And then it's joined in with a mixture of like turquoise. And there's a beautiful turquoise color coming around you now, bringing grace, mercy. And then now we're feeling in the color of purple. So just feel the color of purple surrounding you now, with this beautiful vibration of grace, purpose, oneness, joy, peace. Just feeling all this energy flood you. Just what your body needs is what is perfect for you. And what the angels are asking you is to visualize yourself as a flower in nature. So now with all these colors around you, you feel yourself become a flower. So feel yourself turn into a flower. Imagine yourself becoming that flower. So you can picture yourself as a rose, as a daffodil, as a lily, and feel yourself in a field of flowers. Feel yourself rooted in the ground, secure and safe. Feel yourself blossoming and showing yourself to the sun. And what they are asking you to do is just feel into the flower and the vibration of the flower. And turn to the sun and feel the sunshine coming down and flowing into the center of your flower head and pulling this energy down and converting it into the nutrients that you need. Then feel the earth below you as a flower and feel yourself pulling up through the roots, the nutrients, the substance and the water that you need. And feel yourself surrounded by so much love around you. All the field of flowers that can be represented as people in your life. The environment you're in, and just see yourself in a field of flowers, and there are big trees that protect you and overlight you, and feel yourself connecting to your ancestors, the harmony within ancestors. And they're now asking you to feel the rain above you. So now see the rain falling down from above you, touching you, your leaves, feeling that tenderness, that light, and just feel the rain just flowing down and perfectly bringing balance. And now you feel the wind around you just pushing you back and forth gently, and the rain stops and the sun comes out again. And you just feel this constant cycle of summer, winter, autumn, spring supporting you in your growth. And they want you to sit still with this flower for a minute and place it within your heart as well. And they're asking you to just tune into that flower and just sit with it for a couple of minutes and just be that flower. Be one with the flower. Tune into the flower's vibration. Honor the flower. And what Source is reminding you is that you are beautiful. You have been handpicked by the Creator to be here at this time. Welcome in the energy of harmony. Welcome in the energy of grace. Welcome in the energy of oneness within your heart. And just let it ripple out to all of yourself and your family. And as you are one with this flower, you just feel the sense of harmony and peace and balance. And it's rooted into the earth. And now they're asking you to see yourself now transform into the person that you are. And they want you to visualize yourself in a field of light. And they're asking you to visualize a person, a place, a situation that maybe you would like more harmony in, more light or understanding. And they're asking you in this field of light to picture this in front of you, and they're asking you to visualize it from your third eye to the screen like a projector. And if there is a person you'd like more harmony with, a relationship, a colleague, a friend, or a situation, they're asking you to place it on the screen. And now you see Marty, Lady Harmony, and Archangel Raguel holding out it in front of you, but coming to you now, placing their hands over your heart and infusing understanding and compassion and grace for you. And Akia Mercy is at the back. They are now sending you this beautiful energy of grace, harmony, balance, and understanding. And so as you visualize this in front of you on the screen, you notice that there's pink light around it, white, gold, violet. So they're now asking you, would you like to have forgiveness with this person, place, or situation? So Archangel Raguel waits for your answer. And he now holds your hand and lifts you up and asks you to come to that screen. And as that screen, it becomes like real life, like a 3D projection. And if it is a person that you need more harmony with, or a situation or a relationship or the environment, he now asks you to now do forgiveness. So that means saying to the person, I don't condone what you've done to me or what I've thought you've done. I now forgive you for thinking, speaking, feeling, or reacting. And I now forgive myself for how I thought, spoke, felt, and how I acted around you. I forgive myself and you as well. It does not condone what has happened or what I have felt, but it means I give myself freedom. So I now take back all my power, all of my life energy, my light, and I'm now free. And also now, if it is an environment, violet flame that place. Use the violet flame. We call in Saint Germain and Archangel Zadkiel to place the violet flame through it. We ask Archangel Raguel and Lady Harmony to bring harmony back into this relationship, harmony back into yourself, harmony back into that particular place or environment or friend or person for the highest good and highest will. And we now see this picture transform into light, pure diamond white light, and it's surrendered. So now you're going to surrender this to the angels. See Archangel Raguel and Lady Harmony taking it off up into the light. And feel Archangel Michael now with you with this sword of truth and freedom, cutting you free from this thing, this person, or cutting the cords that don't serve for the highest good. And then feel Archangel Raguel bringing out a set of scales. And what he does is he puts you in this form of a scale. You feel like you're standing in almost like a scale, and you feel yourself being rebalanced. And you feel yourself being brought back into harmony, whether it's your chakras, whether it's that relationship. And now you hear this loud gong, like a big gong that's been kind of hit in front of you, and you feel this vibration of harmony just coming into your being. It's huge. Feel that gong like a ripple of water just rippling out. And it's a beautiful, harmonious tone that's going to help your body, mind, and spirit be brought back into oneness. So just open to receiving with Archangel Raguel and Lady Harmony. Take the 3 deep breaths. Come back to your heart space. See the roots in the earth. Feel yourself solid. Feel yourself solid in the earth. Feel yourself in alignment again, in harmony. And so it is. So open your eyes, please. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. I feel very, like when they talked about the gong, I felt like something was like a really loud Tibetan bowl, or something like the big gongs they have at the Buddhist temples. So some final messages from the fairies. Why the fairies? Because they work in harmony with nature. They are actually the nature's angels. And they are experts in harmony because they always bring constant harmony back into nature. So what are the final messages from the fairies for us? First message is tree wisdom. Trees. It says, the tree druid will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sounds it makes. So isn't this relevant to what we're talking about harmony? Go and sit under a tree. If you're out of sorts, out of harmony, you feel you need some balance, some grounding, go and sit under a tree. And with the restrictions, even, you can go for a walk, you can stand under a tree, and you're not limited to that. So reaching out to a tree for assistance is a part of why we are also here. The tree plays its part because we are here. We need to be here for the tree to be here. Does that make sense? So a tree is here for us as well as we are there for them. That is harmony. So work with what you have in the environment. They are there to harmonize you. You are to harmonize them. Without a tree, we wouldn't be here. And without us, the trees wouldn't be here. Well, technically they'd be here, but they wouldn't play a significant part in the 5D ascension. So there's a part, we all play our part. Next card, purity. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it you will find the answer to your question. Real simple and straightforward. With harmony, we know our own answers. Don't look to other people to give you the answers, because sometimes they're wrong. Because you are the only person who knows what's right for you in your relationship with that person. Because remember, people are not in your situation, and it is sometimes easier for people to make judgment calls on what they see. But truly, sometimes, yes, you can ask a person for what they see in an external party, but please don't give them the power to make decisions for you, because sometimes we get influenced by people, and that's not right. It's our choice, it's our learning lesson, and it takes away our power. So remember, we have the answers within our heart. That word wisdom. We've been asked to tap into the wisdom from the past, learn from the past, bring harmony into things we already know what we need to do. Stop reliving the old, rehashing the old. Stop. The message is stop reliving the old and just move on. Stop reliving it. And because wisdom is about learning from the past, moving on in that relationship, that situation, or yourself. Not reliving the pain all the time, the torture. That's what I'm hearing. People are doing this to themselves. And it's about letting it go. It's time to move on now. Come on, humans. It's time to move on. We have the wisdom now. We have got the... So start using it, they're saying. We've got wisdom again. And the final message. This one and this one. So we've got 3 final messages. First card is wisdom. Second card is temptation. Third card is shine from within. Temptation. We've been distracted by the other side, the shadow aspect, the darkness. Stop getting distracted. It says, are you in denial about an unhealthy habit, perhaps making you feel guilty? The fairy says you have power to overcome temptation. So we've been asked to stop getting so distracted. We're getting tempted. We're also getting bored, they're saying. And we're kind of looking for external things to take away our boredom. But that's not what we're having. We're having all this stuff on the planet happen right now. Not to just get bored and distracted, but because we need to really look at what we need to change. There are things that no longer serve us. There are unhealthy habits. There are unhealthy thought patterns. There are unhealthy relationships that we are carrying. It's time for us to let it go. It's asking us to trust the wisdom that we have. Trust. And it's saying our final messages about relationships. Shine from within. True beauty shines from within. It's time for you to shine. This is the time for self-acceptance and revealing of your true beauty. The relationship with yourself is the most profound. Remember that. And that if you do not shine and others can't shine for you, you've got to choose to shine in these times. Shining meaning you are being the example of what harmony looks like. So if you want to see more harmony in the world, it's up to us to show each other what it's like to live in a harmonious world. So living with things that are chaotic, we can still live in harmony with it. It doesn't mean it defines us. It means we are stronger than the actual 3D reality we live in. So shine from within. Listen to your heart and stay true to you. Relationships with yourself is the most important, vital thing. And the message that Archangel Raguel wanted me to share from the unicorns is this. Go with the flow. Relax and trust. Accept what is happening. Go with the flow in relationships as well. Go with the flow. Because in our environment, we are unable to control things. But we can control how we react. We can control how we respond to others. We can control what we contribute in relationships. How we relate to the world. That's under our control. So it's saying accept what is happening, relax and trust, and go with the flow. Because everything has its purpose, everything has its reason. Harmony has been restored to this planet. Know that. So Archangel Raguel would like to thank you for being here today, for watching us and accepting the energy. And he's saying to be fair in all situations, and that it is time for us to resolve conflict within ourselves and within everybody. And Archangel Raguel and Lady Harmony are so grateful that you're here today, and they're asking you to invite them in regards to your relationships. So take care, everybody, especially in these times. Look after yourself and look after the people that you love. And even those complete strangers, you can still be kind and respect each other. And remember, oneness. Okay, bye everybody.